Basil, welcome again to Australia. You've been touring all over the place, getting yourself
Yes.
booked out. And I'm sorry, it seems that Sydney, Melbourne always gets the wrong side, and people getting upset here. Like, seriously,
And I feel their pain.
you
I
feel our
do.
pain?
I feel
You
the pain. As a matter of fact, I basically have a mechanism that I sit in front of, and it's a boot. And as soon as I pull it, it kicks me in the ass to feel your pain,
It
and
sounds like
it hurts.
Turkey. It sounds like not Turkey, Italy kicking the boot to Greece. That's a good one, actually.
That's the way it looks. Yeah, absolutely.
See what happens when you
No,
spend time with you.
well, you know what the thing? Yeah, I know. I'm a bad influence. There's no two ways about it. But the funny thing is, we are coming back. We're coming back. I
Back to
wanted to do
Melbourne.
something. Yeah, and I'm excited. That's going to be December 6th, I think. I want to make
That's
sure I have
correct. That's correct.
and it's going to be at the Memo. Is it Memo or Memo? Memo Music Hall, Memo Music
You know,
Hall
I'm
on
not
the
sure where that
6th.
is. I haven't actually looked it up.
It is I don't have the address, but it's called
No,
Memo,
Mimo Music
Memo
Hall.
Music Hall.
Yeah,
Right.
Mimo Music
And
Hall.
and they got a phone number for all the Melburnians. It's 03-9534-3556. But
Correct.
so we're excited about coming back. And after this, I couldn't believe that people have nothing else to do on a Sunday afternoon at 3 o'clock but to come to my show.
You know
And the
what?
place was just being packed.
I don't know what you guys do in America, but Saturdays mostly are sports days. Sometimes there's sports days on a Sunday. So in the afternoon's like, hey, we want something for ourselves. So let's get rid of the kids, drop them off somewhere if we've got kids, and go to Basil's show. Now, talking about your shows, so you're off. You're still in. No, you're still in Sydney. You're leaving for
Right.
Adelaide. Yep, still in Sydney. So it's not me kidnapping you now. It's Sydney deciders and kept you there for how long? How many shows? Really happy for them. Adelaide's been hanging out. So finally, you're going to be in Adelaide, and you're going to be at the Aqaba Hotel, very popular hotel
Aqaba
for
Hotel.
shows.
We're going to be doing a show there. Yeah,
Yep,
very excited. But I do
26th
have
of
some.
November.
Right, but I do have some great news. We are coming back in about 18 months from now.
Yes.
And the way we're going to do it is I'm going to split. They want me for another 6 weeks to do a 6-week tour.
Yeah.
But the way they want me to do it this time is we're going to do 3 weeks in Sydney, stationed here, then 3 weeks in Melbourne, stationed there.
Here.
So this way we can cut our time and then do all the various shows that we have and just do them all over, blow it out. I mean,
That's
it
a
was
great
just,
idea. That's a great idea
yeah.
because now, from what I can see with your schedule, you've got the 26th of November Aqaba. Then you fly back to New South Wales, to Wollongong, back
Right.
to New South Wales again, and another show in Belmore, December the 1st, Canterbury
Yeah,
Leagues.
December 1st. That's the third.
Yeah.
That's the second encore. We did the original sold out. Second show, first encore, sold out. So we decided to open up a third one, and that's doing pretty well too. And that's December 1st.
Look, you know what? We do love New South Wales. We do love our Sydney people, and it's really great to see that you're in huge demand there. But Melbourne also wants you. You're also going to be at Belmore, Canterbury Leagues, Belmore, the 1st of December, and then second, Burwood RSL.
Right.
Third, in Belrose, Glen Street Theatre.
Yeah, right. Belrose at the Glen State Theatre.
Then you come to Melbourne for one show on the 8th. I thought it was on the 6th. No, sorry. I'm on the 6th. Yeah, the 6th.
The 6th is Melbourne.
And then you fly back to Sydney.
New South Wales, right?
Well, it's still
and
Sydney.
Do the Hearst Entertainment.
Hearst
and that was
Entertainment
another encore presentation that we wound up doing. It wasn't on the books from before, so we're doing that. But I got to be honest with you, the promoters are already. The promoter is wondering, should we open up another show, like on the 7th, to stay an extra day in Melbourne if this show sells out. So if this show sells out, and I think it's only about 300 seats or whatever. If this show sells out, we'll open up another one, but not until until the 6th sold out.
That's fair enough. And then you go, are you still going to WA? Because I see it on your schedule. We did talk about WA, but it is now on your schedule for the 9th in
Right,
Mount
we're going to
Lawley,
go to
Astor
Perth.
Theatre.
That's correct. We're going to be to Perth. It's the first time I ever been to Perth, so at the Astor.
Oh,
So I'm excited about that as well, to be honest with you. It's going to be a really fun time
look,
because I love doing the theaters. I really do. The theaters are always a lot of fun. So much excitement, so much. I mean, you saw the excitement. You were
yeah,
at the show,
that was
and
amazing.
did you enjoy
The
it?
red carpet, I did enjoy it. I did thoroughly enjoy it. It was like the red carpet. It was really great. And James Liotto, our little Italian stallion there, he was amazing. He was absolutely amazing. It's great to see you guys collaborating, working together, him opening the shows. And I know he's having a lot of fun with you. Because you guys
Yeah.
have all got history here in Australia with
Well,
James, with
we
Joe
knew of each
Barty,
other.
everybody, Gabby,
Yeah.
George
He,
Capinaris, who have I missed? So no one takes offense. I can't remember now, but all of you guys, it's just really
Yeah,
great.
because we had Rob Shahady that I worked with. We had Tahir Bilchik,
Yeah,
that
Tahia, yeah,
who I'm very close friends with. Close friends with George Campaneris. I love him to death. And of course Joe.
yeah,
Joe is the one who brought me back after a little bit because before I was working only specifically for the people who owned the Enmore Theater, and I really enjoyed working with Joe. Joe gave me the freedom to do certain things, and I was excited about it.
that's
And
so good. It's so good to see
it
you
was
guys
really
working
cool.
together. Like, I wish more people did that. Like, work together, support one another, And even like now with James, he's going to start doing his own tour next year,
Yeah,
solo. That is,
he's doing
it's
his thing.
exciting. It's really
Yeah.
exciting that he's going to that level now. And I just think it's great. Now, talking
Well,
about WA before we go,
yeah.
you got to make sure you visit Fremantle. It's only like 20 minutes from Perth. So
Okay.
if you haven't got time, you got Perth City, Fremantle, go there, walk it, eat, dine, lunch, do it. You're going to love it. And I'm sure you'll bring
Really.
Koula one day and go down you got to go to Fremantle.
Koula is never, listen, let's get it through our heads. Koula is never coming. It's not going to happen. She gets airsick going from
Oh,
Wilmington
oh, that's
to
right. We did say
Charlotte, which
that.
is only a half an hour flight. She goes, oh, Demboro, Stoleo Demboro. I say, you got to
Well,
be
maybe
shitting
it's
me. Are you
little
real?
planes. They're little planes.
They're
Now,
not little planes. These are big jets, and she has a hard time. The only time I've seen her get excited getting on a plane is when we go to New York, and I'm doing a concert in New York at a nice, beautiful theater, and she goes, you know what? Why don't I come and keep you company
I
my
love it.
ass? You know what she
I
wants? She
love
wants to
it.
go shopping, and she wants to go to Broadway shows, and
Oh,
that's
good
what
on
she
you, Koula.
wants
That's
to
what
do.
I love to hear. Baz, let's just talk about the opening show here in Melbourne. Or it wasn't, you came to Melbourne, you did the show.
Right.
How did you feel? Because I've been to your previous shows. I just thought it was spectacular. The way you were introduced by James, the way you were with the crowd, walking through the crowd, the music, the whole atmosphere. How did you feel after everything? Because you stayed there, you were at the merchant stall, you met people, greeted people, photos. How did you feel when you left?
When we flew in that morning, so I woke up about 5 o'clock in the morning. I was out the door. I was prepared out the door at 6. We had a limo come pick us up, took us to the airport, and then we got on a flight at 8. About an hour and a half, 2 hours later, at 10, we were in Sydney, and then bam, we had just went directly to the theater. Wound up getting things ready because remember, I was also filming this stuff for segments that we could possibly use for advertising, and we want to throw some new material out there, little segments, and to look at and the audience was just so wonderful. And what I've learned was that even though it was such a great success filming, we were caught up in, hey, we got to get back to the airport because we got to hit an 8:30 flight to go back to Sydney. And I didn't get the chance until the next morning. I'm like, wow, that was really, really cool. And I was really disappointed in myself. I should have said, you know what, we're staying for the night. But we had a show the very next morning
I
or the very
remember,
next day.
yeah, I remember you were still very patient. I remember your whole team thinking, okay, we've got to go. And there's still people you're meeting and greeting. And I could
And you
sense
know,
that pressure, but you still maintained it. You still smiled. You maintained it. And I sometimes think, wow, he's just left here. He's going interstate. He's going to do another show in the morning. And you've got to be bounced and prepped up and ready to go. It's like, wow.
it does catch up to you after a while. I got to be honest with you, when you're sitting there and you realize you got to go bam, 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 bam. I think yesterday I was so exhausted. You called me and says, "Hey, how are we doing? Are we ready?" I said, "I am so exhausted right now. I
I
just
could
want to
sense
go to
it.
bed." Yeah, and I was so excited about today, about filming this, but the what keeps me going is the people. People always ask me, why do you go through the audience? And it's real simple. I want to show commonality, that I am no better than you, and I want to be with you. And the only way to be with you is to walk
Walk
through the
through.
whole
They're like,
audience.
da, na, 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 na.
Yeah, you know,
Who
and
chose the
coming on to
music?
Miselu, you know, you're coming on to a song that's over 100 some odd years old, modernized because of Pulp Fiction, right?
Yeah.
And the Pulp Fiction fans and everything. And I love Miselu. People don't know the history of Miselu. They thought that was just something that was just written. That song's over like 120 years old, you know.
Wow.
So I was sitting there dancing through, and it shows commonality that I want to be with you guys. I truly do. And I got on stage and I'm dancing. And then having that time with the people, and then interacting, going in and out of material and interacting and doing a thing where the single women were the single guys, and I'm
Oh,
doing
that was brilliant.
yes.
You did Brooks and Young,
Yeah, yeah,
mate.
I was doing,
That was better than
yeah.
watching, what is it? Married at First Sight. That
Oh
was
my
the
God. It was
who's
so
single?
funny.
Who's
And it,
single? Stand up. Ah,
yeah,
change
yeah,
numbers. Done.
and I'm putting them together and I'm finding it out. And if the guy has no drive, no ambition, doesn't want to go to school, I'm looking at the girl, I'm going, oh, ich have
Yeah, yeah,
fun.
yeah, yeah, yeah. And I do believe there was a couple that exchanged numbers at the end of the night in the
Yeah,
Melbourne show. That's brilliant
yeah, there
work.
sure was. And I
Brilliant work.
sing, how cool is that? Now, if they get married and if I'm not invited or maybe be the
There's
cubaro,
something not
then
right there.
then there's something not right
Right,
in the
right.
universe, to be quite
Have you
honest with
have you
you.
thought of becoming a celebrant?
No, I really haven't, but I'll give it some thought right
Give it
now.
some thought. Bays, tonight, what's on tonight?
Believe it or not, I am free tonight. I
Oh,
have
wow.
no shows tonight. I don't know what I'm going to do with myself.
Where
I
are you?
might go to a movie.
Oh,
I
you're still in
might
New
go.
South Wales. Oh, you might as well go back to Stecky, really, and hang out with Paul
Yeah.
and the
If I go
band
back to
there.
Stecky, they
Go
make the
Stecky.
best roma salata that I've
Ooh,
had. It was just phenomenal. It was just great. And I'm dipping because I'll take roma salata and spanakopita and I put it in there and just eat it that way. That to me is a
that's
meal. Babe,
fun.
don't you want anything else? Not so much.
No.
No, I just want this. I'm good with this.
Can you
But
imagine walking in tonight there and just no one knows, you just walk in there, you sit down, and you're at Stecky having dinner. How good is
yeah,
that?
and you know, I I love I love all my fans, but for some odd reason, and I haven't decided or thought of why, and people are just like, oh my God, they make such a fuss over me. And I'm like, I'm happy with a peanut butter and jelly sandwich, to be
Oh,
quite
that is
honest with you.
so American.
You
Peanut
know,
butter jelly. That is so American.
oh, you give me some gala with a peanut butter and jelly sandwich. I
And
am
you're
the
a happy man.
happiest man in the world. At my age, I'm still drinking gala with peanut butter and jelly sandwiches.
Oh,
And
you're
to me,
hilarious.
I'm like, that is the best of both worlds. You know, and I
Brilliant.
love orange marmalade. I've tasted your orange marmalade here in Australia.
You like it.
Outstanding, simply delicious.
Fantastic. Uh,
So it was
that
just great.
sorry, happy Thanksgiving. Now, you
Oh, thank you.
weren't in America, because I know that's huge there. Here, we don't understand the concept. Unless our background is American, we don't understand the concept. I don't understand the concept, but I know it's a big day in the States. How did you feel not being home? Or how did
Um,
you know,
We typically, Rula, Thanksgiving, just to give the viewers and listeners an idea, Thanksgiving was given to us. There was a proclamation made by a president back, and I want to say it was Buchanan, President Buchanan, back in the late 1800s, early 1900s, that we give thanks to the people, and it's really to pay homage to the pilgrims that came to the United States. And when they landed on Plymouth Rock, and what the pilgrims did, they created this meal to share with the savages. At that time they were known as, but they were the Indians. And they sat them down and they had turkey, and they wound up having all the bountiful foods that were
that's
available.
how it all came
And
about.
they shared from there. And it was a way to bring, and it even gives me goosebumps to think about it, because what it does, it brings families together.
Yeah.
It's not just for Christmas. It's not for New Year's and Easter. It's to bring families together on a Thursday. It's usually the last Thursday of November. And it's just to bring families together to give thanks to what we have. That's really all it is.
That's beautiful. I like hearing that from you rather than trying to Google it. It's different when you hear it from somebody.
And that's, but even a lot of Americani, let's be honest, don't even know what the hell. Oh my God, Thanksgiving, it's great because we get the weekend off. Yeah, bravo.
And we eat turkey.
Yeah, we eat turkey, which is great. When I tried to tell my yaya one time, because when I was a kid, I didn't know how to tell her. And then she goes, pupate. And I didn't know how to even say farm in Greek. I said, well, you put an A at the, I said, farma. Farma.
That's Australian. Farma.
Yeah.
At the A, farma.
And I would look at her and say, taparum en a turco. En a turco.
A belly. I believe farm is a belly. Is it a belly?
No, well, farm. I mean, but you say farm today, right? It's how do you say a farm?
A belly, land.
Land in Greek. You call a farm in Greek land? Ne, tío land, pues que te do.
That's hilarious.
So when I explained to my yaya, telling her that we were going to go to get a turkey from Pulaski Farms, right? Is it not Xenocchio is a hotel? So I told her, she goes, "Puta paz, taparum en a turco, Que ti to kažeš turco? Da to svaxume, da to jemisume, da malo mesto to furo na to fame. And my yaya was thinking that we were going to kill a Turk. And she goes, bravo, bravo. He's sitting there smoking his cigarette. Bravo, kala,
bravo.
Oh my God, yeah, very cosmopolitan for a woman from Andros, no two ways about it. And she just made me laugh, and I explained to her. And but we forgot to tell her about Halloween. Now, I know you guys celebrate Halloween here, right?
It's not as big as what you guys do, but the kids do get dressed up. They do,
sure.
Just not a lot of areas. Just more, because it's
small. So what we do is, it was pretty funny, is literally we forgot to tell Yaya about trick-or-treaters and how they dressed. So the doorbell rings, Yaya goes to open it, and all of a sudden she comes back, white as a ghost. I said, Tina. She looks at me and goes, "O diablo, sin exo que ser calameres."
So cute.
And we were sitting laughing. We had to explain to her why this was going on. She had no clue. So for us, it was always a treat to see, how the different cultures mesh with each other. And little did I know I was going to be a comedian. I had no clue. I really thought in the beginning, because I had such I don't want to say a phenomenal athletic career, but I was pretty good at what I did, playing ball.
Well done.
And I really thought maybe for a moment I'd play professional football for the NFL. My career didn't go in that direction.
You became a comedian.
I became a comedian, dropping out of law school to become a comedian.
That's right.
And so that was something that was kind of unique in its own right. But I'd rather do this, but I'll tell you why, Roulakk. An average career for an NFL player is roughly about 3.5 years.
Yeah, but comedian can go on for a very, very long time.
Forever and ever. And think about the joy that I always think about
people,
the joy that I bring to people, and how I bring families together and people together in a way that we can laugh at ourselves and also be able to laugh with others and share. Hey, you might be Lebanese, you might be a Yermano, you might be.
Doesn't matter. We come together for a good laugh.
We all come together for the commonality of being. We all have something in common. You know what it is? We all bleed the same color blood. So what makes us different? You know, and I tell that to people all the time.
Well
So
done, Baz.
let's have fun. We're only on this earth for a blink of an eye. Let's have
enjoy
some
it.
fun.
On that
Absolutely.
note, Baz, thank you so, so much. It's going to be a treat once again having you back in Melbourne. And as you said, bring all the people together of every culture and race. Let's have a great laugh, because God only knows we all need it right now.
God knows we do. And Roula, thanks to you for putting out the message to everyone.
No worries,
And
Baz.
listen, for all of you people watching right now, you can go to my website at basilelive.com. That's BASILELIVE.com. Or go to the social outlets for Instagram and Facebook at Basile The Comedian.
Thanks,
Yeah,
Baz.
Basile The Comedian. I love you, sweetheart.
I
I'll
love you
see you
too.
December 6th.
See you December 6th. Mike, yeah.